Welcome everyone, thank you for joining the channel. Welcome back to CCSC. Please like, share, and subscribe. We're going to start a new and last vanilla tutorial on City Skylines. We're going to use one of the original maps off of the original game. This is Islands. This game we are going to only do vanilla gameplay. Nothing else other than vanilla gameplay assets. We aren't going to use anything, which I think is going to be quite frustrating because I've gotten used to a lot of the DLCs. We're not going to use any of the DLCs. We're going to play the game just like it was whenever it was released. We're not going to use left-hand traffic either, which will again be a little bit more difficult for me, but none of my subscribers are actually using left-hand traffic where they are. 90% of you are in the United States. Now, the very first thing that you want to do whenever you get brought into your game is pause the game, L3 on the PS4. Now, the reason that I wanted to use this map, I wanted to use another map that was based on a topographical map in the world, and this one is based on Venice. Now, looking at Venice, this would be the island of Venice, and it would actually be more down here. It's not exactly right, but it is very close. Nonetheless, this is the map that we're going to use. This is called Islands. And the very first thing that I always say to do is kind of zoom out and pre-plan what you're going to build and where you're going to build. And a good way to do that is to look for things like water connections. You can see these are the only two that have water connections if we go this way. All of these don't have water connections. None of these have water connections. So it's just these two tiles here. So you kind of need to get these two tiles. So I kind of looked at how to build this city, and the very first thing I did when pre-planning the city was I opened up a map, just a generic map. I didn't even name it. It was called Lakefield. That I had all milestones unlocked so that I could kind of pre-plan where I wanted to go and what I wanted to do. Now I think that this 9-tile square layout is what I'm going to do, and what I'm planning, this is our original tile that we're going to get, and on this original tile we're going to work with just a little bit of residential area, and all of this, as mentioned, has water connections. So this little island here is going to be our industry island, and we're going to do our downtown and high density down in this area. Not sure what all we'll take advantage of, but that's the excitement of the Let's Play series, so let's get back into it. Now, back in our real city build of Venice, we're going to take a look at our opening tile. So we've got some obvious, if we go to our info views and go down to here, natural resources, we've got some fertile land over here for farming. Now we're going to use, as said, vanilla gameplay. So the farming is going to be a little bit different than the DLC, but we can have fun with that. But to start, as always, we need to put down a little segment road and delete it with a bulldozer so that we then unlock other roads. Now, I am a huge proponent of using gravel roads to start your maps. It's cheaper and especially for your residential areas and things like that. It does take a little bit more pre-planning because you need to figure out exactly where you're going to go, and you need to figure out where your main big 4-lane roads are before you start building around them. But we're going to go ahead and take a 2-lane gravel road, and we're going to start a residential area. And we're going to spend a lot of money on roads because we're going to go very far out. But we're going to start a residential area, kind of along V-line with this southern coast here, which would actually be the east. But we're going to go ahead and lay down a long gravel road there. Now I know that's a lot of money that we didn't need to spend. And it's not even in line with the highway. But we have a plan here, just trust me. So we need to now figure out kind of where we're going to have our main road. So we're going to go ahead and come off of the highway, and we're just going to run straight 90 degree off the highway line down to this. Now this is just a temporary thing, so don't worry about that. But we also want to run this way and get some industry over here. And we're just going to run something like this, just a crude little quick lines. Then we're going to set up a grid. Now when setting up our grid, as mentioned, this road is going to be demolished, and it's going to be later replaced with a service change exit right here about. So we're going to come down to about here, and we're going to call this our main road point. And that's where we're going to shoot for the service change. So we're going to come up about 40. We're going to come up 40. And we're not going to go down south yet because the terrace, I think once we get some landscaping tools, that would be better to go that way. So we're only going to go to the north for now. So we're going to go out 40, and then we're going to come over 40. So that is 40. And then we're going to go to this road, and we're going to do another line. And we're going to go up 40. And we're going to do the same thing one more time if we can. Can we? That would be 40 there. Yes, we can. Perfect. So this is going to be our grid. So not exactly our grid, but we're going to come up off of this road here, and we're going to start to make just a square grid pattern. So this is 10. We want to go up 12 because we want a little bit of distance behind everything. So we're going to go 12, 12, and we're going to do that again down here. And that's the start of our grid, and you can see there's a little bit of a section in the middle that won't be filled in with housing, which I think looks a little bit more natural. And it's not even that big. You can't even really fit, you could fit one tree back there. But we're going to do the same thing up here. And that's all we're going to start with for now. You can get a little bit too overzealous and build too many roads quickly in pre-planning. But this is going to be the base of our grid. This is going to be the start of our residential area. Now we just need to come over here and get some commercial, and we need to get some industry down. So the first thing that we need for our commercial road, we're just going to go ahead and do a 4-lane road. And this road is going to run right along by the highway. And it's not going to be, we'll go ahead and run it up to here. It's not going to be, that highway is going to be moved and shifted just a little bit. So you can see I wanted to kind of get down into this valley a little bit. So we will have a few businesses up here, but not many. And we'll go ahead and continue this road. And the reason that we're running this main road so far off of, and I'm not positive how far we're going to go because I think we may want to take, in the long run, we may want to take this highway around here and connect it into that highway over there. So I'm not going to worry about this end part over here or extending this road down yet. But this will be our commercial area. And for our industrial area, I'm not even worried about it because we're definitely going to move it at a later time or remove it altogether. So we'll just zone off that for our industry. Now we need to get our utilities down. First utility that you need, well, you need both, so it doesn't really matter what order, but you need a water tower, and we're going to put this kind of in the middle of our main street over here. And actually, I think this will probably be the first entrance. So we're going to put this in the middle of Main Street over here. Then you need water pipes, and we'll run water pipes along the roads throughout all of our neighborhoods. And that'll cover all of the residents. Now we need to get some water pipes. One, we need to get the water pipe connected from the water tower. And then we need a water pipe down Main Street. And you don't want to get too much water pipe because everything's very expensive and it has a large upkeep. But we want to get all of this covered so we don't have to worry about it later. And then we need to get water over to our industrial area. And although this road is going to be removed later, we're still going to stick with the road guideline. And we're just going to run this down this way. Let's go ahead and see if we can go straight down the road here. And then cheat. And we might move the water pipes later if we wanted to be completely honest with our gameplay. Now we need a water exit. And unfortunately, with vanilla gameplay, water drain pipe's all we have. So we're going to go ahead and put this down here. How close can we get? We'll go ahead and put that there. And run our water pipe to that. And also, we need electric. So we're going to go to our electric, and I am a proponent of solar power. That you have either the coal plant, this you can't have, this is a Green Cities. You either have the coal plant, which is $19,000, it costs a lot more money, but it produces a lot more. However, if you manage your money properly, the wind turbines work fine. So we're going to go ahead and throw a few wind turbines down, and we're just going to throw one down for now, and we'll throw the rest later, but we're going to go ahead and put one there. And then we need to connect everything with power lines. So we'll run to the water plant. And then we'll run straight up here to this little neighborhood. And that will be the start of our neighborhood. And hopefully we can connect most of the power that way. So we will need water pipe or power line over here. And hopefully that will connect our industry. We will try and just run that together. But let's go ahead and zone off some things. So the first thing that we're going to do is go to our select tool by hitting triangle on PS4, and we're going to zone off that residential area. Then I want this residential area because we're trying to connect the power without having a bunch of bulky lines coming across. Then we want this residential area. So that's 3 residential areas to try and get everything connected up to here. Then we will go with, and that's not going to be enough. We're going to have to run a power line. I just know it's not going to be enough. So we'll go ahead and run a power line to here. And cut off this corner of the residential for now. And if you go to the select tool, you can just hit square, you can hit square on the PS4, and that will get rid of the zone as well. And then you have a 4x4 tile that you can lay in there later. So that should take care of everything for now. We can go ahead and hit play. We've got it on 1x speed, but we can go ahead and bump it up by holding in the L3 trigger. That will supersize the play. And let me go ahead and hit pause, because we forgot something very important. You kind of need to be connected to the highway so that people can get into their town where they bought their new house. Is that the road we want? Yes. We'll go ahead and go to the curve tool here. And again, right-hand traffic. We'll go up 10, and then we'll kind of angle this in. And I'm not going to angle it too much because I don't want those two intersections to bump up to each other. But this one we can go ahead and angle properly. And then we need to change direction on this. And there we go. Now we have access for people to come in and out of our town. We have water, we have power, we can now hit play. So we've got a few residents moving in. This is perfect, and it looks like they've fallen right into my trap of where I want them to go. So all of this power should connect very soon. Yeah, we didn't lay down commercial. We need to lay down some commercial. We'll just go ahead and run a little strip here. Now, as you can see, we've got the commercial and residential far enough away from each other that the noise from the commercial will not bother the residential citizens. Your industry also pollutes, so you don't want that near, and actually we want them to start down at the end. So let's go ahead and do this. You don't want that near anything, the industry, you don't want that near anything, you know, your citizens or anything like that. We don't have enough power. Why do we not have enough power? Oh, because we're not, no, we are. Let me take a look here. We're hooked up to the power grid, everything should be connected, that's why. There we go. That's why. Okay. Now everything should be connected. And there we go. We've got water, we've got power. Now we can go to triangle on PS4, go to your economy screen, and the budget. We don't need 100% on roads. We have gravel roads. We don't need 100% on electric. We need about 75 because we didn't go with the power plant. And then we can turn the water about halfway down. So then we can go to info views by holding triangle again. We can go up to our power supply. You can see we're producing 4 and only consuming 1 megawatt of energy. Water, we're completely fine, even at only 0.5%, only at 50%. But there's can't go any lower, so that's that. We just need some industry to move in. There we go, we got a little bit. So let's expand this zone a little bit more. I just wanted them to start over there so that all the electric connected without having to run more unsightly power lines. We have enough commercial, we have enough residential. Let's go ahead and zone out a little bit more residential. And now that we're not worried about connecting power, we can just zone off a big chunk like that. We have no demand at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. You can see the residential demand, the commercial demand, and the industry demand. We have no demand for residential anymore. There are plenty of houses on the market. We have a little bit of commercial, but mostly we have industry. And I know there's still plenty of space over here, but once we open up a little bit more, they'll start to move in a little bit more. Now, have we had any citizens come into our town yet? All these houses and everything just get built first. We are still waiting on citizens to come on home. And there we are. We've got some people coming down the roadway. Here we are. Everyone's coming home. Let's go ahead and pause the game. We will get a clip of this first person into their town. Let's go ahead and hit play. Carol Davies. Carol Davies, welcome to Venice. All the cars are coming in. Everyone's moving in. And she has got this nice little house right on the corner here. Maybe not. Nonetheless. Garments Limited is where she works. Carol Davies, welcome home. All these cars are coming in. Everyone's moving into their new home in our beautiful community. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. It helps the channel immensely. What do we have here for businesses? We've got neighborhood shop, convenience store, quiet corner shop. However, whenever you look at them, we got pancakes, ice cream, and nothing. Whatever that is. All right, so now we've got some people leaving. Is this Carol Davies? No. Bug spray van. All right, that's a good sign for people moving into the new city. It's a good thing for them to see. Let's go ahead and bump the electric up to 100%, and then we can check where we stand in our info views. Now producing 8 and consuming 6, so that'll suffice the need for a little bit longer. If we go to our milestone page, you can see we need to get to 400 for Little Hamlet, which will implement new taxes, loans, garbage, healthcare, trash, all these new services that we can implement to our building, or to our town, I mean. We're going to go ahead and add a little bit more industry up here. Let's go ahead and cut this off at this road, just because I'm particular. Now, we can probably add a little bit more commercial. Let's go ahead and add that. Let's add it across the street. I think we're going to keep this road the way it is. So we'll just go ahead and mirror that across the street. We'll have a couple businesses on each side of the road. Now we've got $24,000. We're doing very well on money. We're making $721. We're not worried about money at all. However, at this next milestone, we do get, I think, $10,000, and we get loans implemented. We're at 377. We do have some power problems. That's why I wanted to exit out of that screen. Let's go ahead and add another one of these wind turbines. Go ahead and take advantage of the 8 megawatts wind down here on the corner at the edge of the river, at the edge of our property. We will soon be able to buy another square as well. So, exciting stuff to come in the next episode. But we're almost to 400, and then we can go ahead and show you all the things that we can do in the next episode. And we may actually need to put down a little bit more residential before we can hit that milestone. My apologies. Now that should do it. That should do it, no problem. Let's go ahead and throw this down, though. No time like the present. And there we go. We should hit 400 very soon. Thank you for joining the channel. We've been on a very long hiatus, and I'm glad to be back. Glad to be gearing up and getting ready for Cities Skylines II. Very excited about the launch, October 24th. We're now at Little Hamlet, and if you've played this game before, you know we can now adjust our taxes, we can take out loans. We got new services, garbage, healthcare, education, landfills, medical clinic, elementary school, recycling centers, which I believe is a part of a DLC if I can remember correctly, and community school. We will be talking about all of these unlocks in the next episode. We'll go ahead and pause the episode right here. Thank you for joining the channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. We'll go ahead and do a quick little tour around our small little city, Little Hamlet. And we'll see you next time.